Hey guys, welcome back from Classic Work. Got another interesting project here in the shop. So this is two halves of a bale clamp that's made to pick up round bales on a farm, usually ones that are wrapped in silage wrap or haylage wrap. So they're designed to keep from ripping the canvas off of the bales. So they have more or less a soft jaw basically. So customers had these for probably 8 years or so, and it's had some significant wear in the eyelets. So they're actually supposed to be slotted, but they're not supposed to be 3-point slotted. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to do to combat that. What happened was I had a pin. This one's not near as bad a shape as the other one, but the other one broke. And you can see lots and lots of wear there, but the other one wore so thin that it actually snapped. And when it did, the hydraulic cylinder for it reared back on one side and it broke the hydraulic fitting off the top of it, and now this fitting is egg-shaped. So now we've got to replace this. We've got to replace 4 of these pins, and we've got to fix the eyes in those. So it's going to be an interesting project. So there's a million ways you can do this, and this is not the way to do it, but in the words of I.C. Will, this is the way I'm going to do it. So instead of cutting this entire ear off and fabricating a new piece, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of aluminum. You can use bronze or any non-ferrous metal, copper too. We're going to clamp it to the bottom of this and weld all this missing material back up, and then we'll go back and cut this original shape. I'll probably make a template out of a piece of cardboard, and I'll trace close to the original shape as I can. And once again, I'll do the same thing on the bottom of this one, same trick. And that way we won't have to worry about misalignment on these ears and everything, and that'll be a real fast way to do this. The other one is in a little bit worse shape, but it should work just the same. The other one has a bent ear too, so I'll have to address it, but this should work pretty decent on this. So I'm gonna get these cleaned up and then we'll get to welding. it ought to be obvious. This one and this one are significantly bent. So after we fix the holes, we will have to straighten them. Just take a look and see. Well, this one here don't appear to be too bent. It's mostly just this one. Looks like it's starch right here. So we should be able to fix that. But I'll fix the hole first and then worry about that bend second. So let's weld them up. Then to point out too how this one has the way it wore the pin, it made this kind of sharp in there. So I'll have to weld this up too, and this whole lobe. You can see down here it didn't do it as much. It's interesting. Yep, pretty amazing that thing was still working at all. So the slots have turned out pretty decent. There's a couple of spots in there I got a little too happy with the torch, but I think they're going to work just fine. They're a whole lot better than they were. This is a terrible design. I do not know whoever made this thing, what the heck they were thinking, but I mean, how do they expect steel on steel with no lubrication to sit there and take that for years and years and years? I don't think they were thinking. I still hadn't figured out why they put slots in them instead of just drilling a hole, but I'm not an engineer. Anyways, this dumb thing too has done broke its welds in a couple of the hinge points. This one's also cracked too, if you can barely make it out. So I'm gonna take a torch, open them up, weld them up a little, and then we'll continue with this barrel. So while I'm cutting these out, I'll go ahead and cut this bung off. I thought I could weld the fitting inside there, but it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. I'd feel better if this was off. So, yep, redneckery at its finest. Well, it's a few days later. We're back at the scene of the crime. So this loader is a 845 TL, and this is sporting I think they call this a RB 101. It did have a number on it. I think it's actually on the actual daily whacker there. But yeah, let's get this thing put back together. Took a bit of brain work, but I think I'm okay now. There we go. It's pretty toyish. Alright. Stay there, you son of a gun. So here's our pins. I've got 2 holes and a roll pin and a washer.